Hello YouTube and welcome to another GV anime review, where today we investigate suspicious deaths in the anime Sakurako-san no Ashimoto ni wa Shitai ga Umatteiru, or A Corpse is Buried Under Sakurako's Feet, or as I like to call it, Beautiful Bones, Sakurako's Investigation. Now, let's solve the mysteries, shall we? The story of Beautiful Bones revolves around the duo Shotaro Tatewaki and Sakurako Kujo. Shotaro is a normal, quiet high schooler, and Sakurako is a woman who practices osteology, which is the science of bones. Sakurako fills her days with reassembling skeletons of deceased animals. Wherever Sakurako and Shotaro goes, they seem to bump into skeletons, sometimes even human ones, and all the mysteries that come with them. The first positive point I definitely have to mention about Beautiful Bones was the artwork of the anime. I loved the style and the atmosphere that the entire anime radiated. It was done very realistically. Everything was animated very realistically. Also because the used color palette had a lot of realistic colors. With that I mean that there are no extravagant colors in Beautiful Bones. Now, I love very colorful animes, but in this one where the realism and the mysteries were the main focus, the browns and greys did an excellent job at supporting the anime. Then we move on to the characters, and more specifically our main female character Sakurako. She was a very interesting female character because first of all, she isn't a stereotypical main female character. We must admit that normally in animes, it's a male who takes the lead and the main female follows him. But Sakurako resolutely takes the lead in Beautiful Bones and Shotaro follows her in her adventures, if he wants it or not. Then I also liked Sakurako's personality. She's smart, analytical and gets straight to the point. She does sometimes hurt people by being so straightforward, but she gets the cases solved. And then we of course can't forget that behind that cold face there's a lot of grief and pain about her dead brother, but more about that later on. Now that we've covered the female lead, I also want to say something about her relationship with Shotaro. Beautiful Bones was initially recommended to me because it was suspected that there would be a romance between the two main characters. Eventually there wasn't any romance between them, but I didn't mind that. There was development in their relationship, but nothing that seemed to go into a romantic direction, most likely because of the feelings that Sakurako gets when she sees Shotaro. Now I can't go into more details here because that would be too much spoilers. Then there rests me to talk about the story. About the overall storyline I'm going to talk in a minute, but here I want to address the stories of the individual episodes and mysteries. Some of these mysteries were really well written and they succeeded in delivering the right feels at certain times. One of my favorite episodes of Beautiful Bones was episode 3, where the disappearance of the grandmother of Yuriko is investigated. That was a very strong and meaningful episode. Now, it weren't only the feels that made the individual storylines great, but also the wittiness of the mysteries. There has gone a lot of thought into some of the cases. The conclusion and the way how we got to the conclusion was filled with realistic clues and solutions. So yeah, a very good mystery anime. Now let's get to the main storyline, and I want to specify this negative point on the development in the storyline about the deceased brother of Sakurako. And the fact that there's not a lot of development in this story. It's brought up a couple of times during the anime, but I'm still left with a lot of questions about this. That's also one of the reasons why I want a second season of Beautiful Bones. I want to know what happened there. Another negative point was that the episodes, and specifically the first ones, are quite repetitive. Sakurako would find a corpse, find clues and solve the mystery. Every single episode. Now when we got further into the anime, we did get a few arcs that covered multiple episodes, but I can see why some viewers got a bit bored by the repetitiveness of the episodes. Now before I said that the whole mystery about the death of Sakurako's brother was one of the reasons why I want a second season of Beautiful Bones. Well, that mystery isn't the only thing that isn't concluded in this anime. We still have the psychopath, which the last arc goes about. He isn't caught yet. And we don't know who the man is that Sakurako visits a few times in the hospital during the anime. So still a lot of things that need conclusion. I haven't seen new projects announced by Studio Troika, so that could be a good sign that they will make a second season, I hope. So as a conclusion, I had a good time watching Beautiful Bones. And keep in mind that this is still only the second anime made by Studio Troika. So for being their second anime, they did a really good job. And that's why I'm going to rate Sakurako-san no Ashimoto ni wa Shitai ga Umatteiru at 4 out of 5 stars. This was my favorite anime of the fall season. Despite having some issues, this was the only anime I really looked forward to every week. So I hope that Studio Troika will make a second season of this anime. If you want to solve some more mysteries, then I advise watching Hyuga. This is also a very good mystery anime. That's one of the next reviews on this channel, by the way. Also here, the mysteries were very well thought out, but more about Hyuga in one of the upcoming weeks. And with that I conclude my review of Sakurako-san no Ashimoto ni wa Shitai ga Umatteiru. As usual, you can find the full list of all my animes and reviews over at Anime Planet. As usual, I will put a link in the description box down below. Now if you want me to review a particular anime from this list, please put it in the comments. Also, if you have a recommendation for me, put them in the comments as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, visit me on Facebook and subscribe to this channel for more reviews in the future. I will say arigatou gozaimasu and I will see you all in the next video.